At 75 years old, most people are slowing down. They're retired, relaxing, maybe spending their days reading, gardening, or watching the news. But for one woman in Germany, that wasn't enough. Her name is Ingeborg Mootz, a quiet widow living in a small apartment in the German countryside. No financial background, no computer science degree, no hedge fund experience. And yet, she did something that shocked the entire trading world. In just a few short years, this elderly woman, who had never traded before, turned a modest savings into over 1 million euros through the stock market. No team, no fancy setup, just intuition, courage, and an unstoppable belief that it's never too late to start. This is her unbelievable story. If you love true stories of ambition, risk, and triumph, you're in the right place. We're building the largest trading and finance channel on YouTube, and your support makes it all possible. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and join our growing community of thinkers and dreamers who believe it's never too late to win. Let's go back to where it all began. Germany, late 1990s. Ingeborg Mootz was 75 years old. Her husband had just passed away after many years of marriage. He had always controlled the family's finances, and whenever Ingeborg showed interest in investing, he would brush her off. He used to say things like, "The stock market isn't for women," or "You wouldn't understand these things." Those words stuck with her, not because she believed them, but because she never forgot how they made her feel. So, when he passed away, and she finally opened their financial documents, she found something that shocked her. Despite years of his so-called wisdom, his investments had actually lost money. And that's when she made a decision, a quiet, powerful decision. She wasn't going to let anyone tell her what she couldn't do ever again. She was going to learn the market herself. Imagine this, a 75-year-old woman, sitting at her kitchen table, surrounded by newspapers and stock charts. No computer, no internet at first. Just intuition and observation. Every morning, she'd go through the financial section of the newspaper, noting down prices, comparing patterns, studying how companies reacted to news. She didn't call herself a trader. She was simply curious, determined to understand why stocks moved the way they did. And that curiosity soon turned into skill. By 1998, she began trading real money. Her first investment, E.ON, a German energy company. She noticed something simple. Every time the company announced strong energy demand, its stock would dip briefly, then recover stronger. She bought the dip, and it worked. Within weeks, she made her first profit, small but real. It wasn't the amount that mattered. It was the proof. The proof that she could do it, that she was capable. And from that moment, Ingeborg was hooked. She began developing her own system. No complicated indicators or computers, just her notebook, a calculator, and an understanding of human emotion in the market. She believed that intuition mattered. Not guessing, but feeling market behavior through repetition and observation. She learned that greed and fear, not numbers, move prices. And that gave her an edge most modern traders overlook. Every trade was a lesson. Every mistake was data. And over the next few years, she transformed that $12,000 equivalent starting capital into a small fortune. But it wasn't easy. There were days when she'd lose money. Days she questioned herself. Days she thought, maybe my husband was right. But she didn't quit. She journaled every trade, why she entered, why she exited, what she felt at the moment. That level of discipline, at her age, was rare, even among professionals, and it paid off. By 2002, her small portfolio had grown into over 1 million euros. The media couldn't believe it. Headlines called her the grandma who beat the market. She became a national sensation, appearing on German television, radio, and newspapers. People were fascinated. How could someone at her age with no background outperform so many trained investors? Her answer was simple. She said, "Because I never stop learning." That single sentence became her philosophy. She wasn't chasing luxury. She wasn't trading for fame. She was trading because it kept her mind alive. To her, the charts were like puzzles, infinite challenges that rewarded focus and patience. She said in one interview, "Trading is not about money. It's about understanding yourself, and that is the part most traders miss. Let's pause for a moment and think about that. Here's a woman who didn't start trading until 75. No formal education in finance, no access to high-frequency tools, just curiosity and consistency, and she still became a millionaire. Not because she got lucky, but because she was disciplined, fearless, and focused. As the years went by, Ingeborg began teaching others. Not professionally, just by sharing her wisdom with younger people who visited or wrote to her. She'd tell them to never let fear dictate decisions. She'd say, if you're scared of losing, you'll never win big. And perhaps her most powerful advice: the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is now. Her story spread across Europe. She was invited to seminars, interviews, and even small trading events. People admired her humility. Despite her success, she still lived simply. She never bought fancy cars or moved into a mansion. She stayed in her same modest home, trading quietly, drinking tea, and studying the markets every morning. And yet, there's a deeper layer to this story, because Ingeborg's success wasn't just financial, it was symbolic. It was proof that the market doesn't care about your age, gender, or background. All it rewards is patience, courage, and the ability to keep showing up. She broke barriers that even younger traders struggle with: fear, doubt, self-limiting beliefs. And she did it not for fame, but for freedom. Even late in her life, she continued trading. Not as aggressively, but still with passion. She once said, "Trading keeps me alive. It gives me something to wake up for." That line hits hard, because in a world where people chase shortcuts, she found purpose in the process. So what can we learn from Ingeborg Mootz? It's simple. It's never too late to begin. And you don't need the perfect setup, mentor, or system to start. You just need the will to learn, the patience to endure, and the courage to act. Whether you're 25 or 75, the market doesn't care who you are, but it will always reward those who respect it. And maybe that's why Ingeborg's story resonates so deeply, because it's not just about trading, it's about life, about refusing to let your age, past, or circumstances define your future. She started trading at 75. She became a millionaire. And she inspired an entire generation to believe again that it's never too late to start winning. This has been the story of Ingeborg Mootz, the 83-year-old trading legend. If you found her story inspiring, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and join us here at Trade, where we uncover the real stories of traders who defied the odds and rewrote financial history. We're building the largest trading and finance community on YouTube, and this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. And remember, the market rewards those who believe, learn, and never give up.